Hi everyone! Welcome to week 33 of our 2016 Home Organizing Challenge. Join me here every week as I give you a new simple task to focus on throughout the week, and you'll baby step your way to a more organized home. This week we're focusing on our master bathroom. So last week we made our master bedroom this oasis, this relaxing space. And this week the goal is to really take a look at that bathroom and see if there's any way that you can make it more relaxing, more spa-like. And a lot of people say, how can my bathroom be a spa? It's this big. But there are some simple changes that you can make and some simple things that you can do to really improve the organization in your bathroom and give it more of a spa-like feel. All right, so let's jump in. The first thing I want you to do, which is so similar to a lot of the different projects we've been doing throughout the year, is I want you to empty everything out of that bathroom. I want you to empty every drawer, every cabinet, every little closet and linen area. Everything that's inside of that bathroom needs to come out. So I want you to lay it all out on the floor somewhere, and I want you to start setting up those piles. And I want you to create piles of items that are similar. So instead of just saying toiletries, I want you to get really specific at this step. So I want you to put all your hair care items together, all of your tooth care items together, you know, all of your makeup, all of your accessories, anything that you have, all of your towels, anything that you have currently stored in your bathroom. I want it to come out, and I want it to be in a really, really specific pile somewhere on a flat surface. Once you've got everything out, you've got everything categorized in those specific categories, I want you to take a really hard look at those piles and start getting an inventory of what you have. A lot of the times what happens is we buy these things, maybe we buy them in bulk, we buy them maybe one at a time when we need them, we throw it in our cabinet or we throw it in a drawer, and we completely forget that we even have it. So the next time we need that item, we don't look for, you know, maybe we already have one, we just go to the store and buy another one. So over time, what that does is it really creates this overabundance. And that overabundance can turn into clutter, and it can turn into a full drawer that you can't even open. And it sometimes can cost you a lot more money because you already have that item, but you've since, you know, spent $3 or $4 extra dollars, and that adds up, right? So every time you're buying those items, it does add up. So what I want you to do is take a look, get an inventory, and once you have that inventory, kind of figure out, do you think you're going to use it? So anything that's already expired, obviously we're getting rid of that right away. So chuck those in the garbage can right away and don't look back. Don't worry about it. You know, don't cry over the money that you've spent and that you've lost. We're just going to move on forward. But if you start to notice that you have an excessive amount of some of these toiletries, so let's say that you're a couponer and you got a great deal and you bought 5 or 6 shampoos at the same time, that's wonderful. You've saved so much money, but is it realistic? Are you going to use it before, you know, it starts to dry out or it starts to lose its effectiveness? You know, when you buy those toothpastes, how many are you buying at a time? So you really want to, you know, be mindful of your purchases, even when it comes down to something as simple as toiletries, because they do expire, they lose their effectiveness, sometimes they can get dried out. Your makeup, the same thing. So you really want to be mindful when you are buying those things. So if you've figured out that maybe you have 3 or 4 extras that you don't really think you're going to get to before they start to expire, go ahead and donate those. There are so many organizations and nonprofits that could really use all of those donations. So there's a lot of different places that you can take it. And so that's what I want you to do this week, is to start figuring out what you can discard and really donate to somebody else. The next thing that I want you to do is you're going to start putting all of this stuff back. So once you identify what you're keeping, you've discarded your expired things, you've donated what you can, now it's time to start putting all those items back into your bathroom. But instead of just throwing it all up on the counter like it was, what I want you to do this week is to really think about, is there a way that you can put it all back in there so that it's not as cluttered, so it doesn't look like you just walked into a drugstore and everything is just out on the counter, all your medicines and everything. So what I would recommend is using some baskets or some decorative trays up on the countertop. So if it's something that you use every single day and you want it to be on the counter, that's fine. You can definitely have it up on the counter, but there's a way that you can display it that, you know, just gives it a little extra touch, a little something special instead of just laid out on the counter. So group group things together, you know, those similar piles that you put out on your floor, put all those items back together. Whether it's inside a cabinet, inside a drawer, you can use drawer dividers inside of a drawer to keep things kind of corralled. You can use a nice basket, whether it's behind a cabinet door, and you can even grab it out of the cabinet. That way everything is together. So there's lots of different things that you can do, but I always recommend keeping like with like, because when you put something away, you want to think about when it's time to retrieve it, is it going to be easy to find? So that way you're not losing the item and having to spend more money on a new one. All right, well that's it. So go ahead, start clearing out those items, and you know what you could even do at the very end, once you got everything put away and everything looks great, start hanging some stuff up on the walls. You know, so many people have wonderful artwork and, you know, wonderful photos and things like that all throughout their house, but when you walk into their bathroom, there's nothing. The walls are stark. Don't be afraid to hang something up in the bathroom. You know, it might just give it that something extra that you need. All right, well that's it. Everybody have a great week. Leave me some comments and let me know if you have any questions. Bye-bye.